What up, YouTube? Welcome to the first ever Thrift Dweller podcast on the road. Welcome. You've asked for it. Totally. I think 3 people asked for it.
Oh, lots of people. It was more than 3. Come on,
I'm
man.
just trying to sound humble. Anyways, this is our first podcast, so working out the kinks. Thank you guys very much for joining us. You got Nate here.
Lester.
Ian.
And we're going to try some different things, but the first thing we're going to try is doing podcasts on the go, just because a lot of our best conversations are on the road, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All the time. It never gets recorded. So this is people's chance to actually hear what goes on inside the car without recording it on video. Yeah, not everything. You know, it's not like, you know, someone had some fun times last night. You know, things like that. No, that's...
Wink, wink, myself.
Yeah.
Because no one can see my face.
Yeah.
Speaking... That's all I'll say. But that's a good point, Lester. What can people expect from a Thrift Dweller podcast?
What can people expect?
Yeah.
Rated R superstar. Honestly, no. It's more...
Somebody cuts it.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
Fuck
I
all
think.
you guys.
Yeah. More emotional topics. One, you know, we like to talk random things, right? So more random topics.
I don't think we're really necessarily going to penhole ourselves to being just a video game channel, even though 90% of our videos on YouTube are video game related. Yes, We're going to talk a lot about video games, but this is Lester's chance to actually put something out there that's something he's interested in. Music. Ian talks a lot about movies and reading books. You know, he's a dinosaur. He reads some shit.
Yeah. He buys books, people.
Yeah. Dune. Have you read Dune? No, I watched the movie. It's pretty good.
What?
See,
He's shaking his head. He's angry. When Ian turns mad, he turns brown.
Yeah. Wow.
He's the Filipino Hulk.
Yeah.
But no, it's our chance to have a little bit more substance and just kind of branch beyond just doing something video game pickup video. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to touch on how much we hate the video game market right now.
Yes.
Oh, yes. That's
Nate hates it so much.
Hate.
Hate. It was so funny because we just came from, because we are on the go right now, we just came from Galaxy Comics. Plug in right here if you need something in the city of Winnipeg, go to Galaxy Comics. They have comics, figures, all that good stuff. Your number one source for comics.
Lester says it with such disdain.
We're just gonna plug
Yes,
a bunch of
comics sucks.
No, it doesn't suck, man. Whatever.
Speaking of comics, Nate's done with video games.
I'm not
and
done.
he's back to comics. No.
Okay, because I did sell all my comic books when I first funded my video game collection. I'm regretting it now. So many comics that I wish I still had. But that's a good point to bring up. You know, comic books are kind of creeping into pop culture again with the announcement of Phase 3 Marvel things, which I just watched the other day, but it's been out since last year. Lots of cool shit going on in the Marvel universe for for Phase 3, as they call it. They got what do they have coming out?
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man. That's not Phase 3. That's still Phase 2.
Is it still Phase 2?
Still part of
Get
like,
with
the
it.
Avengers.
Get with it, Lester.
What? Are you sure? This
It is.
summer?
Yeah.
All the stuff in the
Phase 3
summer is
starts
Phase 2?
2016.
Yeah. It's still part of the Phase 2.
Yes.
Oh well, I don't
Anyways.
really care.
No, I think it starts with.
It's like
Age
it's a
of Ultron,
2.5.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2.5.
I was all like, Ant-Man? Is it one? I don't know.
Age of Ultron is more like the point, and after but everything before Age of Ultron is Phase 2, and then Phase 3 comes everything after. So they got Captain America. I guess I thought it was going to be an Avengers, but it's Captain America: Civil War, which to me means a lot because that was the series that got me back into reading comic books again. Is specifically when, spoiler alert, Thor came back after he had died. I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna read Civil War. And then I love that series. So I'm pretty sure they're not gonna botch it. But then you got Black Panther. I did the Black Panther sign.
Nobody saw that.
Nobody saw it. I gotta get used to this talking thing. You got Black Panther coming out. They got Captain Marvel coming out. They got Avengers Infinity War, which, hoot, 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 summer of 1980 something. Oh, I can't wait for that. That's going to be an amazing series coming. It's a 2-parter, too.
Now, do you think they're going to lose momentum with all these...
Like how they kind of went overkill with Wolverine and X-Men stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, there's a possibility. But Marvel seems to be doing all the right things, like all the right moves.
One of the cool things about what they're doing right now is they're bringing a lot of lesser known stories and characters because not a lot of like Guardians of the Galaxy.
And then they make them look good, right?
I'm talking about this, but I've yet to watch it. But they're a lot lesser known characters, and it's one of the biggest movies right now. Like, it's huge.
Oh man, when somebody said it was better than Avengers, I'm like, wow, that's overstating it. How can you be better than Iron Man and Hulk and Captain America in one movie?
Yeah.
It's good. Guardians of the Galaxy is good, but more in its own way, rather than being better than Avengers. I'm not gonna say that because
It just has its own new unique flavor, I guess.
oh, I love it. Watch the special, like the featurette stuff when they're showing the making of Guardians of the Galaxy, and they explain everything, like the color of the aliens and everything like that.
Must be nice to have the legit version then.
Thank you, River City Retro Gaming.
He owes you one.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Ed and Max.
Now, while we're on the topic, do you want to move on to talking about the retro video game market as it stands today?
That's a very, very deep conversation, I think.
We must
know what,
warn the listeners.
I don't know.
Put your earplugs in.
Well, we can.
There's a lot of points to be made.
Okay, let's talk about them then, Ian. Let's start with Ian now. Ian, what are your general thoughts on the current retro video game market, locally and, worldwide, international?
It fucking sucks.
Why do you accentuate the swears?
No, it's fucking ridiculous. That's one thing I gotta say. I know we've touched on it before, and you brought it up in one of your recent Thrift Alert episodes, where someone on one of our local Facebook groups was threatened with physical violence over retro video game posts.
Probably some kid, eh?
And he was
Maybe.
yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you.
It's stupid. Like, people are going
market's-
crazy.
yeah.
Like, it's
The market is so... Okay, this is Jim from... he's mentioning... We were comparing, like, the market in Japan for retro video games compared to North America. We're a lot dirtier, is what he says. It's a dirty market. Everyone's just trying to undercut everyone or price creeping.
Yeah.
If somebody A sells it for $25, then B is going to try to get 27, 28, and it just creeps up like inflation. It creeps up the
And
value.
it's the thing. It's like the retro game market is huge. It's like a giant community, but all these little small communities are making it worse too. Like, within these little communities, like this one page we're talking about, where, like I said, vultures are just attacking them. People post, like, say, like a Chrono Trigger for like $10 complete. Someone posted. My buddy told me the other day. Someone posted it complete for $10. He was asking. He didn't know. There's a lot of people who don't know, and a lot of people that take advantage. But within these groups, there's a lot of people, like, they're making these people who are unaware aware, and then it becomes a fight of, like, who's gonna pay more, who called dibs, when there's no dibs. If someone doesn't want to sell to you, they don't have to sell to you.
Exactly.
And then they're getting threats because someone called dibs and they're not getting it sold to them first. Like, I don't know, but like I said, with that Chrono Trigger, it jumped up, but whoever got it for an amazing price of $70 complete with, like, the posters and everything.
Now, do you think?
But because the guy, he's like, he didn't care so much. He just wants it gone. But just the fight for that, I can't even imagine.
People are, like,
the people, like, the
bad mouthing each other and stuff.
bad mouthing backdoor deals.
And
like,
Pat the NES Punk, he had this on his podcast as well. He was talking about the resellers, like, at the beginning of every convention that he goes to. He'll have other sellers there poach, like, $25 Donkey Kong Country, let's say.
yeah,
And then he walks around the floor a couple hours later. That same person who bought it off him is selling it for like $40.
Yeah.
And then that's what's happening on these online forums, which really bugs me, is people poaching. And then one of the moderators, I don't know who it is, I'm just going to throw it out there. He bought something from somebody, put it up, look at my latest pickups, this is what I paid for it. 20 minutes later, here's what I'm selling, same thing I just showed, for double what I paid for it.
or more than double. You know,
that
like,
bothers
that
me.
bothers me so much. They'll show, I got this lot for $20, and it's like 100 games or whatever.
Yeah.
I paid $20 for all these games, and I want retail for all these games. I'm gonna resell them for retail, even though I just told you what I paid. What we try to do, we have our own group where we keep it friendly, and we just you pass on the savings to your friends. You
Let's
know?
do you want to announce it? We have a little secret clique, a gang online.
It's a gang in
created.
Winnipeg, guys.
Lester, you want to talk about our gang?
FTR Gaming it's a hidden group on Facebook. The only way you can get into it is to be invited.
Yeah, and to be our friend.
Yeah,
And
you
hazed.
have to be. Yeah,
Hazed with 1,000 pallets to the ass.
How you have to be hazed is what Nathaniel's looking for is a Neo Geo.
Lester's looking for a complete
PlayStation 1 collection. Ian wants all the whole GameCube collection.
So that's how you get
And
into it.
whatever else he's missing.
And that's how you get into the club.
That's how you get into the club. No, basically, FTR Gaming is pre-high prices. So people you know before the whole whatever. I don't know. It's more of a city
It's like people
thing.
who believe in karma.
Yeah, exactly.
I got, you know what? I got this game for $20. I'll give it to you for $22 or whatever, 25, let's say. Because I know in the future you're gonna sell something to me for blah 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 discount prices. Just our way of cushioning ourselves from this current market. We have a hand signal and everything, gang style.
It's a little too much. I
We
think.
make a FDR gang signs commercial.
What is it? This one's
The F.
How do you do that?
I guess what people don't really.
You're not in the group anymore.
People.
Ian.
Actually, there hasn't been any transactions yet in that group. No.
But it's all been fun though.
It's been fun. I think I guess we're still waiting until someone actually wants to sell something on there.
What's the main tagline I have at the top of the group?
No bitches allowed.
No bitches allowed.
That's how crazy it is.
Because really, it feels like that's what it is. There's so many bitches in the retro video game market. All these Mitches.
I've been a part of a few groups, and some of them start off with the best intentions, and then you just get the shitbags in there, and
Fuck it up for everybody.
People who don't know anything.
and then it just goes crazy.
I don't know if we should name some names. I don't know. I guess
we're not
I'm
gonna
not
do
going to name any names, but the group, I guess the first retro Winnipeg seller buy sell group, now I guess 60, maybe 40%. I don't know the number. Most of the time, people are asking how much stuff is. It's like,
Oh yeah.
why are you asking that when the
I don't know what
Google's
this is
your friend?
worth. I don't know what this is worth.
Oh my God.
When one of the biggest things in that group, people say we use price charting, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And-
Just as a base.
But
not,
and that's
not-
the thing. A lot of
yeah.
these people, some of these people who say I
They
don't
take
know
it
what this is
hardcore.
worth, are people who are posting things at price charting prices and they know this stuff already.
Okay, I gotta chime in. That bothers me so much. Okay, the one post I hate and I want to just troll every time I see it. Picture, what is this worth?
Yeah.
It's worth you shutting the fuck up and getting off this page.
exactly.
You don't know what it is. Little 18-year-olds trying to sell Atari shit.
What is it worth to you?
But exactly. And you know
Yeah.
what? It's funny. They're gonna sell it for price charting, like
Or
top
higher.
retail. Yeah. And then somebody will refer. This is what I want for it. They show you a link to the price charting. $70. Okay, fine. I'll give you $70. I want 80. I'm like, why? Price charting
now-
says
That's a
$70.
prime example.
Now,
It's stupid.
There were a lot of discussions on that page about rules and regulations, and we got to set guidelines.
Blah,
and
blah,
then
blah.
people one instance, I think I brought this up before. We talked to a guy at the flea market who regularly deals with somebody, and he asked, "What are you looking for this?" And it's the exact same thing that you just said. The guy sent back a message with price charting link.
Oh,
to show
God.
it, and then the price came up was like $65 or whatever. So he's like, okay, I'll give you 65. You want 65? I'll give you 65. And the guy messaged back, I want 85.
Get
Wow.
out of here.
Like,
And you know what
that's-
though? They don't have a store they have to pay for. They don't have overhead. They don't have employees.
No, you're just a person.
You're just a guy online posting stuff for free on a free forum.
Yeah.
Cut somebody a break. I was tired because I was giving so many people. Everyone's like, "Oh man, Nate has great prices. Nate sell," because I sell stuff for cheap.
Super cheap.
I wouldn't sell something for that if I didn't pay for that. If I wouldn't pay that much for it, that's not what I would sell
Yeah.
it for. And people would just snap up my stuff real
Oh,
quick.
and then they resell it.
And then I
obviously.
couldn't find a deal on there for the life of me.
Yeah, people, like, Nate gives everybody deals, but nobody wants to give him a deal.
Yeah,
Like,
he's-
everyone just
Or
wants...
give anyone a deal.
Any-
Apparently,
Anybody
he's
deal
the
for that
cheapest
matter,
man in
you
the
know?
city.
No, not even that, man.
It's not even
No,
that. It's like...
karma. Yeah.
You know, I got the game for a discount. I'm not gonna charge you full retail. That's being a dick.
Exactly.
No hate to anyone specifically. This is just our observations, right? But
It's...
it's just the market is so seamy. You need to get a click to watch your back now because somebody's gonna beat you up when they do an exchange when you meet them in person.
Yeah.
That's why I got my click with me, Thrift Dweller FTR,
Yeah.
throwing up the gang signs right now.
See, it's a little too real right now.
But no, man, it's just
Now, does
taking
it
a step
upset
back
you?
from this
Now, does it
market.
upset you? Again, we're not going to name any names, but most of these people are asking, "Oh, how much is this worth?" It's funny. Some of these games were made in 1995, 1996. and they were born that year. These people selling them.
Something you don't even care
Yeah.
about.
How do you feel? Like, do you feel,
Bothers
you know,
me.
it bothers me because one, you know, we grew up with it. We have like that emotional attachment. They don't.
It's like some shit
They
little
see,
kid coming up
they
to
see
you.
like, you know,
Oh.
they see, basically a gold bar. A Nintendo video game is a gold bar to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it bothers me. It bothers.
You know, they find this game
what?
for cheap. They don't even play it.
And the thing is, I like to give deals to people because I know it means something to them, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily people who are going to resell it. That guy, I'll probably charge him more, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
If you have a feeling that someone's gonna resell
Oh
something,
yeah, I know when
always-
someone's going to resell something for sure.
There's certain people you just know, and
Yeah.
you gotta, and that's the problem too, is because these people that you know are doing this already. It even makes you want to put your prices up and like go against
Oh, I
what
do
you
that all-
stand
yeah.
for. Where you normally would give someone a sweet deal on this, but you want to bump it up because you don't want the assholes who are just gonna try and flip it. You want to give someone a deal who's gonna appreciate.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say I did for a while there start charging people a lot more. Still would charge them cheaper than
It's
full
still a
retail,
lot cheaper
but
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt guilty charging a friend of mine $70 for Cowboy Kid box and manual. I don't know who that guy is.
Oh, I wonder
Some
who that is.
bearded bastard.
But you know
It
what?
was a fun
But-
game though, I thought.
But it was just for a box and a manual. I charged him 60, 70. I can't remember what it was. I felt guilty. I know it was you, Ian. I felt guilty about it for so long.
You shouldn't have felt guilty.
Then why are you in the
That's
FDR
thing.
group?
I was feeling guilty because you sold it for only that much.
But you're not going to resell it. So
I'm not
it doesn't
reselling
bother
it.
me as
I would
much.
not.
But it's just this market right now. I'm happy to get out of it. Watch BFG reviews on YouTube.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not out of it. I'm
If
still gonna
anything,
buy
you're
game
on a
for cheap.
freeze,
No,
if you'd like
I'll-
to call it.
If I see something for cheap, I'm gonna buy
He's
it.
on a
but
pause.
I don't want to give
Pause,
my money
okay.
towards this market right now. Like I don't want to keep pumping up this market. You're gonna notice a lot of our pickup videos. I'm not gonna necessarily put what the value of stuff we find is and
Not
what we got it
anymore,
for. Not as
yeah.
much because I felt like maybe we are helping. Not necessarily that we started it, but we're fueling that mentality of this is it's all about the price and it's all about what you got it for, what you can sell it for. No.
Okay, well, with the state of everything going now,
Yep.
is there really a market now in this city? Think about it. Like, you go to, like, who's controlling it? Like, is there really a market? Is it even worth doing? Like, as of right now. Or you're
Okay,
just
this is
gonna
my
wait?
analogy I use, okay? Too many pimps, not enough Johns. Too many pimps right now trying to pimp out their wares.
Yeah.
And it's like, I honestly think there's not that many buyers out there. But then you're going to get the one guy who's going to pay $15.
You get the
for
one
Mary
guy
Duck
that
Hunt.
does actually pay that price,
Yeah.
and it ruins it for everybody.
Yeah.
Another topic that came up on that same page is, would you pay this much for this bundle of games? So it's an eBay lot, Mega Man 1 to 6 on Nintendo complete, for like 1,000 something, whatever.
Oh, God.
Really?
And then the question this person brought up was, would you pay this? Because I would. And then what I wanted, like, I try to be nice as I can on those pages. Inside, like, to myself, I'm saying, you are the fucking problem with this whole market, is because there's idiots like you who will blow their fucking hard-earned money. Like, they don't care. They'll, instead of like waiting, like, or searching for something a little lower, you'll fucking bust your nut on this fucking lot of games for this price, and then everybody else who wants to sell those games, they see that this was paid for that, and it just keeps driving the prices up. That's the way it works, right? But
That's price creeping.
Yeah.
But I mean,
when you say, when you respond to this and tell them, no way, that's ridiculous, why would you pay that, like, you're driving prices up, da 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 da, and they just respond where it's like, well, I don't care, I want them, I would pay that.
That's such a...
well, you know what? Okay.
Like, it's fine, I understand, like, say
Oh,
you
man.
have money and you are willing to pay it, but it fucks up the whole market.
Well, no, this is the problem. Okay, the thing is though, it's a free market, right? It's like the
It
the
is a
stock
free
market.
market.
Oh, stock market's crooked. Okay, don't get me started on that. But it's a free market technically, and for you to be upset at something that you can't control, that's
Yeah.
kind of But the only thing you can control. I'm stuttering here. The only thing you can control is yourself.
Is
right?
yourself.
That's
Yes.
why you'll notice we started our own group, kind of keeping to ourselves, not trying to promote this market, but start our own kind of thing.
Yeah.
For the love of video games. But I think we're going to cut this off here. We're at the flea market right now. We're going to go contribute to this stupid retro video game market again.
Well, there's only one good person in here.
And then when we'll come back, I think this deserves a part two.
There's two good
Part
people in
two?
here. One really old one young one.
I guess one last question before we go, because we were talking about Mega Man.
Yep.
Best Mega Man on Nintendo. Which one, guys?
Three.
Fuck you.
I like 3.
I like 2.
2 is really good. Actually, 2 was
You said the best. 2, the second place.
2 was the first one.
I like
got.
2. I like 2 a lot.
2 is good.
I like 3 because when you pick your character, Mega Man changes his eyes left to right, up and down. That was cool.
Oh yeah,
But I don't know. I'm emotionally attached.
I just
to
like
those.
the level select. I like the enemies in that game a lot better than 2. But I mean, all of them are good.
Yeah.
I even like 6.
Yeah.
You know. Anyways, I think we should continue this topic in a part 2.
Inside the flea market.
Like I said
no.
at the beginning of this, this is deep conversation. This can go on. There's so many
Forever.
points to make. So yeah, we're gonna.
This could be an
take a
ongoing
pause.
series, eh? An ongoing series, just bitching at the market. People are gonna think we're just a bunch of grumpy old men.
We are.
Hey, back in my day, when I bought games,
Nintendo games
$1.99.
were $5, man. Seriously.
We'll leave a little note here. See, pause the 90s, putting eBay sellers on blast.
Yeah, there you go. And the link will be below. The link will be below. All right.
Well, okay, we are back. We just left the flea market. We're back at Ian's bachelor pad.
Wife's right here.
The mother-in-law, you can hear.
No one.
Let's keep talking so they can't hear the private phone numbers being talked. So we're gonna conclude this podcast. What are we gonna do? Actually, are we gonna one more segment or no?
We were going
You
to
gotta
talk
go
about,
away.
I guess, the goals.
Yeah, we just
Of
talking
the
about
Okay, so so one of the things we thought we would do at the end of each of our podcasts is we're all kind of at a different level of collecting. So I thought it'd be really cool to kind of go through each of us. What have you picked up recently? What are you planning on getting? And your final thoughts and sign off on the podcast. So Lester, the resident music man, how's your collecting going?
Horrible. This has been crazy because every week I've been going out ever since New Year started. I've got tons of CDs already. I found like 10
What have
in
you
the past
found?
3 weeks. What did I find? Early mid-90s hip-hop, that's already on my list. So I found Pete Rock and CL Smooth, all sold out EP. And what else did I find? Oh, The Youngsters, No Mercy. That's about it. And then I got a whole bunch of Japanese imports, hip-hop CDs that were re-released in Japan. So they're cheap. They're cheap in Japan. They're only $10, but they're $50 if you find them anywhere else. But
See,
it's been okay.
Lester's on a different level of collecting. You may notice a little bit of background sounds here. This is keeping it real. This is Thrift Dweller life. This is Dat Life. Hashtag Dat Life.
too real.
DAT. But I know Lester's a resident music guy. He has very hardcore, eclectic taste in music. If you want to request a song list from him, tell him your mood. He'll write you out a list of the best of the best.
Yeah.
It's too future. Yes.
I'll make you a mixtape that I was supposed to have one free like before the new year hit. No, it didn't happen. Sorry.
You should do a mixtape. You should totally do a mixtape.
I will.
We're thinking of getting Lester his DJ license so he can actually legitimately release music without repercussion. So that'd be kind of cool. What are you looking for, Lester? What are you trying to complete?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been downloading new music.
Weak sauce.
But on Tuesday, because this podcast will be up ASAP. The new what's it called? The new Joey Badass CD's coming out on Tuesday, and the new Lupe Fiasco, hot.
Is it?
Right? Oh God, if hip hop is back.
Yeah, with Lupe Fiasco?
Commercial hip hop is back with Lupe
Really?
Fiasco and Joey Badass.
No
It's really
way.
good. Blew my minds. Commercial
So-
hip hop, I said. Commercial.
So, because you have to remember, not a lot of people listening right now might not necessarily know about music.
Yeah.
Throw down a couple recommendations they should go listen to, they should go pick up, they should whatever on YouTube. Throw it out there. What should they be listening to be cool as you?
To be the coolest man on the block? No, honestly, the Joey Badass CD, it feels like you're back in 1995. No joke. It's that good. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Well, for real, back then, even like, okay, we were cool, too future for school, cool. But the cool kids would come to Lester, and he would tell them what's really cool. Yo, I got the new LL Cool J GOAT, son. Like, what? Let us show you what's
I
really
sold a
up.
lot of those CDs burnt.
But for real, Lester was like the man. Lester was the music guy back in school. So, you know, if you want to be cool as Lester, listen to his words, I guess. I don't know. So,
Listen to these songs, man.
he's the Moses of the Thrift Dweller channel. So Ian Beardman, for people who don't know him, he recently joined our channel. He wasn't necessarily on the original, but he was always an original Thrift Dweller in our hearts.
Yeah, obviously.
He just started really hardcore collecting retro video games in the past, year now?
Yeah, a year and a half.
Check out those videos, or he took them with us. He debuted his first pickup, but He's going for a few things. What are your goals in collecting right now, Ian?
Just there's a few just gems that I kind of need still, but I've slowed down quite a bit. I got a lot of stuff. It's also kind of gone dry lately too. Just tons of people going hitting up the spots that we usually go to. But
competition. We should talk about the back in the day stories. On the
you got a ton of those. That'll be like
we got a lot of stories you could do on this podcast.
But I'm kind of like I'm not quite where Nate's at, but I've always enjoyed collecting figures too as well. I have a bunch that these guys haven't seen, I don't think. But
are you still going for the GameCube collection though?
Slowly, yeah. Just slowly. I'm not in a rush to do it. It's just something I kind of set. It's like a side quest, you know. It's through the years of collecting that I'm going to be doing. It's just something to kind of strive for. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna once I achieve it, if I'm gonna keep it all forever, or if once I get it, I could say I've done it and then just weed out everything that I don't want.
You know what?
I'm not sure, but to say that I have it is
so you want it.
That's the thing.
Have you checked out? I think it's NES Twizzler.
No.
He has a game room which is nuts. I'll put a link to it below, but he has like a crazy game room, complete GameCube, N64, complete Nintendo. Well, almost. He doesn't have stadium events, but it's a nuts collection. It just went up a few months ago, and he's already at like over 100 or 500,000 views on that video.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta go right away, Ian.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here right away. We're pretty much ready to go, but any closing statements?
Nothing for me. If you want to know what's going on, check out BFG Reviews on YouTube.
Shameless plug.
I'm still picking up video games. I picked up some today, so we'll review that in a pick a video. But no, mostly I'm looking beyond. My channel wants to really help out the retro video game and video game collecting community in general. Just showing the other things that you can buy in addition to your retro video games, because variety is the spice of life. Put some seasoning on your burger, babies. Watch BFG Reviews.
Some melange in
That should be on my channel. Bam! Check out this statue by, I don't know, Dark Horse Deluxe. Bam! Anyways, that's it for the podcast. Hopefully you guys really liked it. Please comment below if you have any questions that you want us to talk about in future podcasts. Tell us what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. If you have any suggestions, we suggest you keep it to yourself so we don't troll you. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Shut the...
Opinions are like assholes. Yours is really shitty.
I clean mine daily, baby. But yeah, please comment. We're just joking, obviously. Whatever you want to say, comment below. We're not trying to be trolls here. Just as we just want to be real to the people who've been watching us for a long time. This is us.
This is the truth, baby.
The truth.
So thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe below, comment, all that good jazz. So for me, Nate,
Lester,
Ian,
thank you for listening. I look really handsome today, by the way.
maple syrup of the week.
Okay. Peace.